Welcome back to Everything Whiskey. I'm Callum.
I'm Sam.
And today we're reviewing Rowan's Creek.
Alrighty, so this is Rowan's Creek Small Batch Bourbon, Kentucky, and it is 50%. Yeah, 100.
0.05, I think.
Yeah.
If you want to be precise.
If you want to be precise, but 50%. Now this is one I hadn't heard of. You picked it up, plus the Wee Beastie from Nick's Wine Merchants.
Yeah. So that's
it's
a wine store in Melbourne.
Melbourne-based liquor store. They do good prices. One of the few. Now, Rowan's Creek is distilled by Willett. They're pretty well known for their rye and stuff. And they said age anywhere between 5 and 15 years, so who knows.
Yeah.
Small batch, doesn't really tell you much, especially with a big distillery like Willett. And it also says boutique, also means nothing. So that's about it. So we'll get into the notes.
I tried this last night, just a little glass, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
It's much sweeter than the previous one. We just are on the heels of the Basil Hayden's bourbon, so
yeah. Alright, so on the nose, I get these really dark fruits.
Yeah.
Kind of like a plum, raisin.
This is way more like caramelized. Well, it's just like caramel. It's like brown sugary,
Brown
fruit.
sugar, like a hint of vanilla.
Yeah, a little bit of vanilla. Nice oakiness.
A lot of spices throughout. Like,
yeah, but they like sit in with the kind of desserty flavors as well. Kind of like apple pie style, apple crumble. Like what we just mentioned with the Basil Hayden's before. Obviously not the same episode, but just for contrast, that one had a lot of spices, but they were just kind of sitting on their own, and it was not going together particularly well. But this so far, it's like it's like a well put together dessert dish. Like it's in amongst other flavors that kind of work well with it.
It kind of reminds me of a dessert wine.
It's a bit winey, like port.
Yeah, port. Maybe even a little bit of rum.
A bit rummy, you're actually right. For once, you're right. Surprisingly, you're right. Oh, wow. This is weird.
I told you.
Yeah, this is the first time I've had it. Tastes really nice, but different. Like it's I don't know. Like it's not kind of your typical bourbon. On the nose, nothing weird going on, but on the flavor, it's I don't know. It's like there's this kind of desserty red wine going on.
Yeah, it's like a really thick dessert wine.
Yeah.
But it's a bourbon.
It's like port in bourbon or something. There's like this deep, rich grapiness or something.
Yeah.
That like really heavily caramelized note you get in dessert wine. Cherry bomb, I reckon. You call this one. It's sitting pretty heavy with the cherry.
A lot of dark fruits.
Lots of
plums,
dark fruits.
raisins.
I don't know, like
it's pretty salty.
It's got some,
caramel.
yeah. Again, it's like a really dense dessert. Like there's some fudge in there as well. Ooh. This is like freaking me out now. The finish is really long on this one.
Yeah.
It's that kind of just leftover winey note that's just going. It's pretty oily.
It's a very oily whiskey.
Yeah.
I actually thoroughly enjoy this. When I came here, I said, you'll find something strange about this, and he had a smell out the bottle and went, don't know what you're talking about. It smells like bourbon.
Yeah,
I think it's hitting him now.
The flavour is very different from the nose. It's weird because like the nose was really nice, and often if the flavour's really nice, it's it's gonna be similar to the nose. But like with this, they're both really nice, but they're not. I don't know. They're just not particularly similar. I don't know how to describe it. The flavour's got this just kind of weird dessert wine. I don't know how to describe it. I don't have like words in my lexicon built up ready to describe this kind of thing. I've not tasted this before.
I'm trying to... It's kind of like a port. It's got those really rich, dark, heavy, sugar, or like sweet flavors, which kind of looks like basically what a port is.
Yeah, it's got that like overly sweet, kind of overripe fruit note that you get in, you know, port finished scotches and stuff.
Yeah, and it's actually a thick whiskey as well. So like
it's very dense. Yeah. I like this a lot. It's kind of, I think the spices are doing it as well. Like it's really spice heavy, but not regular spices. I would say it's not like your typical cinnamon and stuff. It's like, I don't know. It's really hard to describe. It's kind of like high rye-ish. Like it's got the cardamom, some like allspice going on, but it's also not got a lot of the other spice stuff. It's not. I wouldn't say the cloves or the pininess. That's not there. It's kind of strange. It's freaking me out a little bit. I don't know. And it doesn't taste young at all. Like, I mean, the age range was 5 to 15 anyway, so I wasn't expecting it to taste young, but still, it tastes decently.
Tastes like a 10, or
tastes like a 10, yeah. It's pretty dark. I assume no, because America, you're not. If it's called a bourbon, it means that there's no dye in it. So this age is all legit. This color is all legit from the aging process. So,
but as nice as this whiskey is, it's not exactly cheap by any means. I picked this up for $120. I wouldn't have picked this up because I've never tried it, never heard of them. But I bought the Wee Beastie, and Nick's has a special thing. You have to spend $20 to get free delivery.
So it's like might
as well try it, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, that's going to be our regular process. You know, it's just going to be order 2 bottles or so from Nick's and just kind of.
But I would buy it again. But hopefully I could try and find somewhere that sells it a little bit cheaper.
Yeah.
It's it's a very nice whiskey.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of complexities, as you said. It's not what you expect. It's very different. But 120 is pretty hefty if you're buying a couple of bottles a year or something like that.
Yeah, and I mean, the problem is, with Australia, pricing is pretty consistently arbitrary. Like it's very high everywhere. Bourbons especially, you're just not gonna find, bourbons are particularly arbitrary. Like Scotch can be pretty consistent. Like it'll be pricey in comparison to how it is in Scotland, but it makes sense. It's not too much of a jump. But bourbon, you'll find bourbons, you know, $20 US, $30 US, $40 US in America that are like in the $150, $250 range over here. So it's very difficult. Like if you find a bourbon you like and it's expensive, the odds are you will not find it for cheaper unless you leave the country. So I don't know, you're kind of just gonna have to, if you want this one, go ahead and spend the money. And if you enjoy it, sorry, hope you've got a half decently paying job.
But I do recommend it. If anyone's
recommend trying it, yeah.
Maybe go to a whiskey bar or something first. See if they have it.
If you see it around, or ask a lot of liquor stores if they're big enough, if they've got a good enough, if they've run well enough, you know, by some passionate people. Maybe ask to try it, see if they'll offer kind of like a tasting deal going on, because some places do offer them. But yeah, I guess we'll just see. Go for it. Alright, I'm gonna add a little dash more just to finish this off. I'm glad you bought this. This is a good one.
Yeah.
Alrighty, thank you very much for watching this episode of Everything Whiskey. Check our links below, visit our socials, stay up to date by subscribing. If you like this video, leave it a like, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.